At 42, Mark thought his best days were behind him. His energy was gone. His body was failing. His wife barely looked at him anymore. Then he discovered something that changed everything. A dark psychological secret that most men never learn. What Mark found wasn't another diet or workout plan. It was something much deeper. Something that explained why every health program had failed him before. Why his body seemed to fight against him at every turn. Today, I'm going to reveal Carl Jung's most powerful concept and how it unlocks physical transformation for men over 40. This isn't about willpower. It's about working with your psychology, not against it. Carl Jung discovered that every man has a shadow. Parts of himself he's buried and ignored. For men over 40, this shadow holds the key to why their bodies rebel against them, and why most health advice completely misses the mark. Your shadow isn't evil. It's everything you've been taught to suppress. Your need for rest, your craving for real food, your desire to move your body in ways that feel good. Society told you these were weaknesses. From childhood, you learned to ignore your body's signals, push through pain, skip meals, work longer hours, sleep less. This creates what Jung called a split between your conscious mind and your shadow. At 40, your shadow demands attention. Your body starts breaking down. Energy crashes. Weight gain, joint pain. These aren't signs of aging. They're your shadow trying to save your life. Most men try to fight their shadow with more willpower. Extreme diets. Brutal workouts. They're declaring war on the very part of themselves that wants to heal. This is why 95% of health transformations fail. Before we go deeper, I want to give you something that can start your transformation today. In the description below, you'll find my free guide called The Primal Reboot. It's the 7-day blueprint that helped me reclaim my fitness and energy after 40. Grab it now and subscribe for more life-changing content. Real transformation starts with shadow work. This means acknowledging what you've been denying. Maybe you're exhausted because you never truly rest. Maybe you overeat because you're emotionally starved. Mark discovered his shadow was screaming for 3 things. Real sleep, not just collapse. Nutritious food, not quick fixes. Movement that felt like play, not punishment. When he listened, everything changed. Jung called this integration. Instead of fighting your shadow, you work with it. You create a life where your deeper needs are met. Your body stops fighting you because you're finally fighting for it. This looks different for every man. Some need to admit they're people pleasers who never say no. Others need to face their fear of looking weak. The shadow holds your specific answers. When Mark started honoring his shadow, his energy returned. Not the manic energy of his 20s, but something deeper. Sustainable power that came from alignment, not adrenaline. His body responded immediately. Weight started dropping without extreme diets. His sleep improved. His strength returned. His wife noticed the change in his presence, not just his appearance. Here's what most men don't understand. Your midlife crisis isn't a breakdown. It's a breakthrough trying to happen. Your shadow is trying to guide you toward your most authentic, powerful self. Society programmed you to ignore your inner wisdom, to push through everything, to never show vulnerability. This programming is literally killing you. Your shadow knows this. Your body's rebellion at 40 isn't random. It's your shadow's last stand. It's saying enough. Enough pushing. Enough ignoring. Enough treating your body like a machine instead of a living system. Start listening to your body's signals instead of overriding them. When you're tired, rest. When you're hungry, eat real food. When you need to move, do it in ways that feel good. Your shadow also holds your emotions. The anger you've suppressed, the sadness you've buried, the joy you've forgotten. These emotions are energy. When you integrate them, you reclaim your vitality. Mark realized he'd been angry for years. Angry at his job, his responsibilities, his lost youth. When he acknowledged this anger instead of eating it away, his emotional eating stopped. Jung believed your authentic self emerges when you integrate your shadow. For men over 40, this means becoming the man you were meant to be before society shaped you. This isn't about perfection. It's about alignment. When your actions align with your shadow's wisdom, change becomes effortless. You're not fighting yourself anymore. Mark's relationship with his wife improved dramatically, not because he looked better, but because he became more authentic, more present, more aligned with his true nature. His work performance improved too. He stopped burning out because he honored his need for rest. He became more creative because he integrated his emotional life. When you integrate your shadow, it affects everything: your health, your relationships, your career, your sense of purpose. You become a more complete human being. Most men resist this work because it requires admitting they've been wrong, that their old approach wasn't working, that they need to change their relationship with themselves. It takes courage to face your shadow, to admit you've been ignoring your body's wisdom, to acknowledge you need help. But this courage is what separates boys from men. Start small. Notice when you override your body's signals. Pay attention to what you're really hungry for. It might not be food. It might be connection, rest, or meaning. Jung suggested having conversations with your shadow. Ask it what it needs, what it's trying to tell you. This isn't weird. It's practical psychology. Mark started each day by checking in with his shadow. How was his energy? What did his body need? What emotions were present? This simple practice transformed his health. This approach goes beyond willpower because it aligns with your deeper nature. You're not forcing change. You're allowing it. You're working with your psychology, not against it. Jung believed mature masculinity included integrating your shadow. This means being strong enough to be vulnerable, disciplined enough to rest, confident enough to ask for help. When you integrate your shadow, health becomes sustainable. You don't need extreme measures because you're working with your natural rhythms. Your body becomes your ally, not your enemy. This isn't a quick fix. It's a process. Some days will be harder than others. But each day you honor your shadow, you become more aligned with your authentic self. 6 months later, Mark was unrecognizable. Not just physically, but energetically. He radiated confidence. His marriage was stronger. His health was better than it had been in decades. The principle is simple but profound. Stop fighting yourself. Start listening to your shadow. Integrate what you've been denying. Your body will respond with renewed vitality. You have a choice. Keep fighting your shadow and watch your health decline. Or learn to work with it and unlock your true potential. The choice is yours. But here's what most men don't realize. Your shadow won't wait forever. If you keep ignoring it, your body will force the issue. Heart attacks, diabetes, depression. These are your shadow's final warnings. There's one more secret Jung discovered about men over 40. Something that explains why some men thrive while others fade away. Something that determines whether your best years are behind you or ahead of you. But that's a story for another day.